I have vacated my office. I've actually moved into a larger office.
Well, who's taken your office, Mr. Lammy?
I'm told, I don't know for sure, but I'm told that Gordon Brown may have taken my office.
So Gordon Brown moves into the Deputy Prime Minister's office in number 10 Downing Street.
In a brutal and extended LBC interview, Nick Ferrari puts Deputy Prime Minister David Lammy through an absolute grilling, systematically exposing a Labour government in complete disarray. From floating authoritarian measures to jail parents of youth offenders to struggling to cover up cabinet civil war over dragging Britain back into the European Union, Lammy fails at every turn to project competence. When pressed on his social media posts smearing working class, Unite the Kingdom protesters as purveyors of hatred, Lammy folds, instantly admitting he didn't even attend the march and has no factual breakdown of the arrests. The interview reaches a peak of humiliation when Lammy casually admits he was ousted from his own Downing Street office so that unelected political ghost Gordon Brown could take over as the real power behind the scenes.
The specific circumstances, but at the moment all the judges have really got available to them is a fine, and so for that reason parenting orders have come down from about 1,000 to 33 the last time that we looked at this. So really the judge has got to have much more arsenal in his pocket to work with the parent, to get them to the court, to stand by them, to be able to look them in the eye, work out if what is sitting behind the offence is often the parent struggling, and to give the judge the powers to do that.
Can you see a day, Secretary of State, Deputy Prime Minister, where a parent could be jailed?
Well, there will be circumstances. Of course, those powers will be available to the judge. I would expect them to be used at extremis. But there might be circumstances where a judge determines that that is what he wants to do.
How would that
in
help
that particular...
the child, Mr.
Well,
Lammy?
that's why I would imagine it would be used in extremis. But it is important that judges have the full powers, case by case, to be able to look at what is necessary to try and get this family back on track. In the end, custody is not good for the young person. It's not good, of course, it's not good for any individual. What you want to be doing is dealing with what lies behind the crime and the prolific nature of that crime, often addiction, often depression, a lot of young people now presenting with mental health, parents presenting with mental health. How can you work with social services, health services, schools?
This interview wasn't just a tough exchange, it was a total unmitigated disaster for David Lammy and a revealing look at a Labour government unravelling in real time. Look at the sheer scale of the meltdown. In less than 10 minutes, the Deputy Prime Minister floated authoritarian schemes to throw parents in prison, tried to sweep blatant cabinet infighting over reversing Brexit under the rug, and got caught red-handed smearing thousands of British protesters without a single shred of first-hand evidence. When challenged on basic facts by Nick Ferrari, his entire narrative dissolved into cheap political deflections. But nothing sums up the farce quite like his jaw-dropping admission at the end, getting kicked out of his own Downing Street office so Gordon Brown could step in as the real power behind the throne. You couldn't write a more embarrassing metaphor for this administration if you tried. They are out of touch, completely out of their depth, and treating the British public like fools. When politicians like Lammy can't even hold their ground in a basic radio interview, it shows you just how fragile the establishment really is.